I have a thing for the underdog. I love the underdog. I will always support the underdog. The underdog, for me, is the true hero of society, especially an underdog who goes against a greater power like the establishment. And there's no underdog quite like the God Emperor himself, President Donald J. Trump. Now, I'll be honest here, I didn't expect him to win the 2016 election because he had everyone and their dog against him. He had social media against him, the mainstream media against him. The mainstream media even printed a copy of Madam President, expecting Hillary to win, but she didn't, she lost, and she blamed everyone, except for her toxic personality for her loss. And so Donald Trump went on to win, to my shock and pleasure, and he became, in my opinion, the greatest president of my lifetime. So yes, I love the guy. He's just, what's not to love? I mean, good Lord, he is funny. He puts his own people first, and he has made the establishment so angry and emotional that they just keep making mistakes. And having him booked into the Fulton County Jail on state charges that he conspired to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in Georgia might be their biggest one yet. I mean, when he was president, he put his country first, and he told it how it was. The guy pulled no punches, and unlike what the historical lefties predicted he would, or tried to convince us he would, he didn't start a war and he didn't nuke any country. But what he did do, which is unprecedented, was he brought North Korea to heel. And that's how world leaders should deal with bullies. He called Kim Jong-il Rocket Man. He mocked him worldwide on telly, and he threatened to destroy him. And I have no doubt that made Kim Jong-il shit himself, because Donald Trump is unpredictable. But alas, he didn't. He went on to do negotiations, and while he was president, North Korea destroyed a few nuke sites. Now, even though I do love Donald Trump, I don't follow him blindly. I didn't agree with his backing of the jab, and I don't think he should have blindly followed Israel either. And the way he duelled with celebrities and always won was just legendary. He lashed out at Bette Midler for sharing fake quotes about him by calling her a washed-up psycho. I remember pissing myself when I read that. And ever since Trump became president, or just merely campaigned to be president, the United States has become a place where left-wing entertainers and woke left-wing professional athletes are mistaken for people of importance. When they are not, they have shown themselves to be out of touch and despicable, in my opinion. And Donald Trump now has to win the next general election in the United States, because the guy they have there now, Joe Biden, he shits himself, he pisses himself, doesn't know where he is, and can't even read from the teleprompter. He walks off stage and he sniffs kids. Who the hell would vote for a guy like that? But the mainstream media are just completely up Joe Biden's hoop. And if the mainstream media are up someone's hoop, that should tell you everything you need to know and not to vote for them. The left wing in the United States have turned it into a woke shithole, with illegal migrants just swarming across their southern border unchecked and unchallenged. And under Joe Biden, the United States has become a laughing stock, especially since that huge Afghanistan retreat, and it was a retreat. They left billions of dollars worth of US Army hardware, which the Taliban now have. So by charging Trump with so-called election interference, and by the way, it's something that Hillary Clinton and her ilk did. They challenged the US election results in 2016. They wouldn't buy that Trump won, and they wouldn't accept that he won. And yet they didn't get charged, they weren't arrested, they didn't have their mugshots taken, and that should tell you everything. And they're throwing everything at Trump. The Russian collusion, which has proven to be false, the January the 6th so-called insurrection, and everything. They've thrown everything at this guy in order to bring him down and stop him from being president again. And if they don't want this guy to be president, then I promise you, if they don't want this guy to be president and the efforts they're going to prevent him from being so, then that tells me he is the best man for the job. And all this mugshot has done is boost his opinion ratings sky high. It's rocketed. It's been viewed 199 million times so far on X, formerly Twitter. And during the GOP Republican Party debate the other day, they all raised their hands up and said they will support Donald Trump if he becomes the nominee and then the president. So the United States needs Trump, the West needs Trump. And this time, if he wins, and I think there's a very good chance that he could win the next general election, then he well and truly needs to drain the swamp properly. And there we go, that's my video. I hope you like. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And until the next time, Roger, try out.